if you've granted a student leave to remain, and you feel that person has that leave to remain as a student within the UK, either coming into the UK or within the UK, and you've granted that leave visa of a Tier 4 student visa, why discriminating? Why saying that you need to be a university student before you can do 20 hours, or you need to be a student of a higher, public, higher college of higher education before you could work 10 hours? Or even if you now belong to the private college, you can't even, or whatever, you can't even work at all. There is a situation whereby they are also calling, they call this highly specialized colleges, I think they call them. That means they respect that college so highly. Maybe they are referring to the likes of Eton and Harrow or whatever, whereby they would give you the sponsorship license to be able to bring to be able to at least sponsor students to come in. But again, they are discriminating. They are referring to some colleges as highly specialized and highly recognized colleges, and referring to some as not particularly highly recognized, that we are going to be giving priority to such colleges, or their terms they refer to them as A-rated, highly recognized or A-rated colleges. Again, that's discrimination. It's either you allow students to study and you give that leave to enter or remain, and you treat all students equally, or you don't give that visa at all. That's another change to the Tier 4.
But for students generally, I mean, one of the things that they just want to know is, you know, if they're students, they're studying, they've paid their fees, they're studying at the moment, is there light for them at the end of the tunnel? And that's what,
there's light for them at the, I will say there is, for now, so long as you do things properly, and you do your best to make sure that you meet the requirements of immigration rules and regulations to do with Tier 4 students. They are restricting, no doubt. They don't want people to come in as students anymore.
But there is hope.
But there is still hope, because whether they like it, whether the UKBA likes it or not, right? This country would always attract students. The Tory party could be in power today. They may want to stop as so many students as possible to come in to study. Fair enough. They have that prerogative to be able to do so. The choice of being a Tory government, fine. But the Tory party is not going to be in government forever, right? And so long as this country is a country that would always attract students, Tory party or Labour party in government, you could introduce 10 million policies, right? So long as the country is attracting students would always want to come into the country to study. And one other thing I think the government is also losing sight of is when you are stopping students from coming in with the excuse that you believe that most of these students are bogus. I don't know how they've come to that conclusion that many of them could be bogus. They would have to explain the reasoning behind that. They should also appreciate the fact that there are so many colleges running a business whereby, look, the moment you then stop students coming in, that means you are either saying or telling these people directly or indirectly that, look, we don't care, fold up your business and just leave. We don't want you to actually sponsor students anymore. Again, it affects the business life of this country. So these are the things it seems they are running all these policies through without giving proper thoughts to many of the policies they are actually running. So there's still hope for these students, so long as you actually still work within the framework of the immigration rules and regulations.
So
when you finish take for instance, if you are on a course of study, maybe less than a degree course, and you want to actually upgrade your studies to university level, so long as you make the application within time limits, so long as you have a place for continuing your studies and getting onto a degree course, so long as you meet the requirements to do with maintenance, you could always continue renewing your visa, because they've not actually cancelled everything altogether. You could still study.
But because we're running out of time now, and I'm quite conscious that the next program is going to come on very soon. We've got Tier 1 and Tier 2 applicants. again, we know that there have been so many changes, but generally for people in Tier 1 and Tier 2, is there light at the end of the tunnel?
No, well, as far as Tier 1 general, work permit holders, HSMP holders and all the rest are concerned, that was abolished by the Tory government this year, April. Unfortunately, you don't really have situations whereby people can now come in under Tier 1 to come and work. But what they did was they introduced highly talented, especially talented people.
Okay.
They've capped that at 1,000.
Okay.
Every year. Highly talented, especially talented means people who could actually contribute to the economy in arts, science, technology. Okay. The whole thing is still fluid. We don't know what they're doing about defining what these highly talented people are all about. Tier 2,
which is the employers.
The employers' situation, again, they've capped the number of people who could actually come in at about 20,700.
Okay.
It doesn't affect a few people. The ICT, that's the intra-company transfer, ministers,
footballers,
and footballers, sports people. Okay. They are saying it's not going to be affecting them. But again, there are still changes.
Lots and lots of changes
to such situations.
Okay.
Unfortunately, that's the situation to do with that.
Okay. Thank you very much for coming on the show. Sorry, we've run out of time at the moment. And what I'll just tell our viewers at home is that the phone numbers, the website details are on the screen. So if you've got any other immigration problems that we've not talked about, or even if you just want to talk about your own issue, please call the numbers on the screen, check out the website, and I hope you'll be able to sort yourself out. Well, time is against me now, and all I just got to say right now is have a wonderful week, and I'll see you same time next week. Goodbye.